me the max. I'm done. Give me the max. I don't care. Judge, you're full of crap.
This is bullshit, to be honest.
Quite frankly, I'm not in the mood to entertain it.
I don't care about your mood. Fuck you and your mood.
You're wrong for that.
Would you please remove him?
Are you through barking at this court, sir?
Young lady, no, come here. Get her, Mr. Allen.
Now, as to the officer, it's one of the first times I'd ever seen him in court, and he did a pretty good job providing testimony. But I'll say his attempts to try to tell me today that the officer was lying, even if I consider the officer not telling the truth. The girl was in the car with the child and his ID.
She's admitted it wasn't me.
Stop talking. Do not talk again. You had your opportunity. And we have 2 jury trials, which means 24 independent people have all found you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So there is no confusion for this court. And this intersection.
I didn't do none of that. I didn't do none of that. Give me the max. I'm done. Give me the max. I don't care. Give me the max. I will prove to you this whole courtroom. Dean DeMambro didn't do this. And you all know it. You're all lying. You're all in on it. Every one of you, Judge, you're full of crap. And you know it. You sat there and watched that man lie.
I would encourage the court to just...
Fuck you, eat shit. You're all bears of shit.
Mr. Harris, I appreciate you trying to help your client. I really do. But you can't help that. No, it's okay, Mr. Harrison. I know what you're going to say. You're trying your best. You can't fix that. The court will also add to this contempt of court charge sentences that are fed into 90 days.
It's time for Memorial Hospital versus Lisbeth Lazar Espinal. No one is here from Memorial Hospital yet. Good morning. My name is Judge Middleton. I'm on the bench at a hearing in 3B District Court. We're waiting for Mr. Kreiser. The hearing was set for 10 o'clock. I've been sitting here for 6 minutes staring into space.
Give me 1 second, okay, sir?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, bye.
701.
It doesn't appear the plaintiff is going to come, so I'm going to enter a default. I just spent 25 minutes of my life I'll never get back. I called their office, tried to get somebody to join us without any success. All right, I've dismissed this case.
Hi, Mr. Pierce. How are you?
This is bullshit, to be honest.
What's your language?
Excuse me.
Yeah. No swearing, Mr. Pierce, in court, okay? So, but you have a warrant for not coming to court.
Are you surprised?
Well, so you owe 306 plus 96.
I don't know.
Why didn't you come to court?
Should have said not guilty. Nope.
No, the other day you said no contest on January 7th.
Yeah, I know. I should have said something else, but I'm not going to contest.
Okay. Why? I just don't understand why you didn't come to court.
Woke up late.
Okay. You can go back to your pod. Thank you.
What about court for now?
No, we're done.
Okay.
We're done. Thank you. Thank you. So here's what I'm going to do on Mr. Pierce. Okay. I'm going to remand him and give him 1 day jail credit.
Mr. Foster, you're appearing for arraignment purposes this afternoon.
We will waive a formal reading of that felony complaint and tender to the court a plea of not guilty.
So I will appoint an attorney for you.
We are asking this court to set a low 10% or cash for surety bonds.
So in review of the practice, the court has a few concerns. At the time of the allegations, you were on bond in 2 different cases. You have the history of failure to appear. So as a result, in this case, we're going to do a $50,000 cash surety bond.
How much is the bond?
It's a $50,000 cash surety bond.
So I have to put up $50,000? Are you kidding me? Really?
You can get a bail bondsman, sir.
So it's only going to cost. So I got to put up $5,000 that I don't have. You'll give me a court-appointed lawyer, but you'll give me a bond that I can't pay.
That is all.
$50,000. I mean, that's like you might as well put it up at $10 million. You know damn well I can't pay $50,000.
Mr. Foster, we are all set. And you can let the officer know to let the next person in.
All right, Mr. Foster.
All right, I think I've got Mr. McDaniel on here now. I'm not hearing a response. Matthew McDaniel?
Am I supposed to say something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first appearance in the case. count one alleges murder in the second degree.
I need to see some paperwork for this or something. I'm not aware of this.
Okay, I'm making you aware that you've got a murder in the second degree charge currently pending in our court.
Yeah, I need to see some writing for this because from what I understand, this is basically y'all trying to charge somebody up under a corporation, and I'm not a corporation. I need to
I don't
see
know what
something.
I'm talking about, Mr. McDaniel, and quite frankly, I'm not in the mood to entertain it.
I don't care about your mood. Fuck you and your mood.
Okay, fine.
Multiple years.
To establish a bond in this case, and we'll do so. $750,000 cash or a professional surety required.
First off, ma'am, they spelled my name wrong.
Okay, we're not going to go there. We're going to go forward with the way it is. So tell me about you're telling me you paid. Who did you pay? And you don't have a lease, and you're a squatter.
And I've been there for years. I'm not just going to sit there.
Look, I'm not arguing with you.
No,
I'm telling you
it's-
is, let me tell you something. You've been in my court about 4 or 5 times. You've been over here. Okay.
And it's
Now it's done correctly. I'm going to go ahead and have
where
and
the name is spelled wrong right here, ma'am.
okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead with it. All right. You have the right to appeal.
You're wrong. You're wrong for that, ma'am. You're wrong for that.
Okay, would you please remove him? And I'm going to go ahead with the judgment and then in the court cost, attorney's fees, $750.
You're choosing to stop.
Judgment, interest, and possession.
No. She's wrong. She's like,
But if you were going to rent it,
already judging the someone. That's what that's for. How can you call yourself a judge? How can you call yourself a judge? You're not balancing. They're not balanced. You're wrong for what you're doing, man. Can you say that not what you're doing, man?
you have 5 days to appeal, sir.
Is that I do not let anyone, and I mean anyone, disrespect a public defender, disrespect a prosecutor, law enforcement, or anyone. I have a stack of letters that you have written. Here's a letter that starts out, "Hey, bitch Matusko, it is Siobhan Hanks writing to again. This case has been going on for over 13 months now, and still not a plea deal has been offered to me. I do not know what the fuck you have going on, but you need to get this petty-ass case figured the fuck out right now." Here's another letter. "Hey, bitch Matusko, this is Siobhan Hanks, writing your bitch ass again. Still no motherfucking resolution. It is not hard for you to figure the fuck out what you want to do with me. This case is petty as fuck. This is not an average armed robbery. All I did was use a punk-ass BB gun to take a punk-ass dab pen and a punk-ass breeze while I was high on multiple different drugs. Bitch, stop playing and give me rehab with probation. Y'all can stop the cum on my big black dick. Fuck every business building on Kalamazoo Street. You owe a prosecutor an apology. You will not write these letters. You do not have the right to assault verbally the prosecutor or your attorney or anyone in this courthouse. None of us are in handcuffs. You are. These letters hurt your case. If you think that I'm going to entertain a bond after I read those angry words.
P.S. I did a lot of bad shit to people who did less than what you are doing to me right now.
Bitch, you better be safe. That's all capital letters. Capital letters means anger and threatening. Under it says that ain't no threat either, meaning it's going to be a real issue. It's not a read. Like you're going to make good on it. Not a threat. Bond is revoked.
Okay, upon submission of a written motion by the law director, I will dismiss the charges in this case without prejudice. Look, Mr. Withrow, I don't know what happened here. These charges being dismissed. Well, I'm not happy with you. Regardless of what happened in the subsequent matter involving Mr. Keister and what he allegedly did to you, you weren't supposed to be there. I ordered you in this case to stay away from West Main Road. You were in violation of my bond condition. And you're lucky that this gentleman did not seek to revoke your bond. And you're lucky that I didn't. But you know what? They have a great defense in their case. because you were where you weren't supposed to be. And whatever happened to you, which I understand, you were injured, may have been the result of your improper actions.
And Mr. Gray has made 4 calls to the victim since the arraignment. This case involves 3 separate incidents of domestic violence with this victim. Another incident, he was controlling her eating and sleeping. And an argument began. He told her she had to stay in her room, but she left, and then he beat her. Her mother, who she fled to, also made a report with Inkster Police for him sending her a picture of a gun with threats associated with that. Please give me my wife back. Don't let them people think I won't kill them for coming to my house. I'm a man of Yah. A direct quote, when we go to court, can you tell them like to drop it, or that can you just tell them the truth, bro? Later asked her again in another call, please just do what I need you to do, okay?
Having heard the argument in this case, I will grant the request of the people finding an abuse of discretion to accept the bond where it is. His bond will be increased to $500,000 cash surety. Defendant's phone privileges as well as texting privileges are hereby ordered revoked.
Good morning, you're Caleb Jubert. So are you working? Why not? You don't know? I test you this morning. You didn't have anything in your system? Have a seat. Let's double check that. How old are you, Mr. Jubert? 18. When's the last time you smoked dope? What? Last week? What made you think that was a good idea with 2 felonies pending to come and you're not working? Obviously, you know that's a violation, number 1, of the law and of your bond conditions, right? How do you think you're going to get a job if you're smoking marijuana? What? You quit last week? Wow, congratulations. You realize how ridiculous that sounds to say I quit last week? Mr. Jubert, I'm going to find today that obviously that is a violation of your bond conditions in each of your cases. I'm going to raise the bond in each of your case to $15,000. I'm going to raise your bond in that case also to $15,000. All right, go back with the bailiff.
I object to being on YouTube right now. I don't want anything that I'm doing here to be recorded and monetized.
Okay, overruled. What else do you want to say?
I've filed motions for findings of fact and conclusions of law on this case, but I would request a ruling on that motion, clarify what the court's order was to start with. It has to,
yeah,
the court wants me to proceed without it.
I didn't see this. No, I haven't seen this.
I've called on it, asked it to be for determination.
But that's not the way you present. So this is you present it now. This is the right way to do it.
No, the right way to the court. I called to present it. This is on me, Your Honor. I filed this motion. Okay, Contempt report has rulings on this. It's not on me.
Are you through barking at this court, sir?
I'm not going to be blamed for this.
Well, you're not blamed for anything. There's a motion in the file. You need to present it.
If it's attempted to do it. I did.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to wait until you quit talking, since you'd like to speak over the court, and both of us can't speak, as you know that. Would you be so kind as to let me complete my thought, and then you have a fair opportunity to speak?
Yes.
Thank you. 2,500 files. I don't go search for them, as you can imagine.
No, look this way, man. Come on up. Your name?
Latricia Mofke.
I still don't think bond would be appropriate. I'm going to deny your request. Certainly, you may raise that after the preliminary as long as 20th before discussion. Young lady? No, come here. Come here. Oh boy. Get her, Mr. Allen. Who was that?
Family of the last client, I believe, Your Honor.
Lady, what's your name?
Lawyer Jones.
Why were you causing a disruption in the court and then didn't come back?
Lawyer. And he stood up. I wasn't talking to him. I didn't say nothing to him. I was talking.
Why didn't you then stop when I told you to stop?
I apologize.
That doesn't work that way.
Your Honor,
you want to be represented by counsel, ma'am, because you disrupted these entire proceedings. You want an attorney?
Yeah.
The PD can handle this, I think. She can go back into custody. I'm going to take a brief recess and then I'll bring her back down.
You're charged with aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury after someone fell off the hood of your car, jumps on the hood of your car as you were driving away, fell off, you roll over him, and he sustained serious bodily injuries. Where is he now?
He's in.
Where? How are we doing that?
she's not supposed to have any contact with any victims. You know that. I mean, the rules are the rules.
This is an unusual situation.
I know.
It's actually her home.
I know, but we got to work this thing out. This is like half a year old.
Can I speak?
No, not right in a minute. In a minute, because you've been violating a bond condition since you can't have any contact with the victim, and you've been living with the victim. No, nobody. I've got to approve that. How did that happen? How did you not get any notice of that? I mean, the system is not working on my watch. That makes me look bad now. I mean, that's 7 months and nobody's talked at all. And meanwhile, the bond condition has been violated for 7 months. This is a cluster mess. This isn't the way things are supposed to work.
Judge, I think if it was anybody's fault, it wasn't her fault. I think it's
so they went over the bond conditions with her. If she initialed the bond conditions, shame on her. That meant she was told about it and she was aware of it and she had to meet it or else. And I can. The rules are the rules are the rules. Period. This is disturbing. You're going to follow the rules like everybody else is required to. You're going to be held accountable. Your bond is revoked for failure to follow the rules, and you're held in custody.
Have you seen the progress report?
Yes, I reviewed it with my client this morning, Your Honor.
Why do I have cocaine showing up in her system?
When they test over there, they don't do it at levels. So I've been getting high for 48 years.
What?
Yeah. And therefore, if you got cocaine in your system, you just got cocaine in your system. That's how it is. But that's not okay because it could be in my system for a long, long time, even though I don't get high.
Okay, so just so I'm clear what you're telling me, on January 5th, you tested positive for cocaine. And that was just
it should not have been.
It shouldn't have been there.
Right.
It's just stuck in your system.
You guys don't do it by levels.
What?
You don't test it by levels to see if it's going further and further.
Okay, so then the next time you're supposed to test, you missed the test. And then the next test, almost 2 weeks later, you test positive for cocaine. What happened on the 5th?
I said that, wait, what happened? Let me think.
I don't know. Go ahead, think about it.
Right. What I'm saying is on the 5th, I was dirty. I had used not that far from there.
I can get the levels. Okay. That's not a big deal. You should not be testing positive for cocaine 2 weeks later. That's the bottom line. At this point, the defendant's bonds are revoked. She's remanded.
Damn.
What'd you say?
Excuse me. I was saying about this.
You need to take yourself on that.
We're here for an arraignment. It is alleged in count number 1 that you committed the offense of larceny from a motor vehicle, malicious destruction of personal property, larceny less than $200. So the prosecution has elected to charge you as a habitual offender, third offense. Do you understand those charges and the potential penalties?
I guess.
I don't need a I guess. Do you understand that?
I understand how I'm being charged with what'd you say, a larceny? Okay,
so you're charged?
I understand the larceny of a motor vehicle, but the regular just larceny, what did I say?
So it's alleged that you took a backpack, torch, and THC wax. That's what that allegation is. Okay, Mr. Schoenbeck, I'm not having back and forth with you. My question to you is very simple. Do you understand that with the information the prosecution had, corrections bring him back?
I said, fuck him, fuck all that shit. No, hell no, I ain't going back. Take me back there. Make me go back. Make me go back there and spray me. Fuck this shit. Well, I ain't going back to that judge. Fuck him. It's like this. So I don't give a fuck. I'm not guilty. Goodbye. Sit down.
All right, Mr. Schoenbeck, I'm holding you in contempt. You'll have 10 days jail for your actions today, and we will try to rearraign you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, jail.
Charge me and shit, bro. You're adding charges on for no reason.
I don't know. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm too old, or I don't know. But personally, sit here and I'll just say what I'm thinking. I wish I was in the service and this was one of my soldiers. Oh, I'd have fun with him. He'd be funny. He'd be doing push-ups and sit-ups in the rain. Old style. And I've got a kid who I used to sit here and watch. Every time he's in court, he looks down the ground, shakes his head, shifts around and see. He's just too darn cool. And he don't want to follow the rules of the judge. He's going to go out and drink and go to casinos. Yeah. No, probation will be extended to 3 years. And now we'll have to serve all of this probation. You can't be let off early. And I sure as heck wish there was a place I could send them into the military, but they wouldn't accept them. His little attitude, he's shaking his hair and sniffing and not really caring. Yep, he's too cool. Well, you might think so, but it's not. It's about time you change your attitude, young man. Look at me. Do you have an attitude there? You taking a smile? Yeah, I will not. Because I'll add more time. You're already going to get a good chunk of time. What everyone else has recommended is not appropriate for you. Your attitude is unacceptable, and you will end up going down a horrible road unless you take on some confidence and some value for yourself. So you've got multiple juvenile convictions. Your last 4 years, I got one theft, a second theft. By the way, you got the second one while you were still being processed for the first one. You then get a third. You got a tampering electronic monitoring devices, meaning you're tethered. Then you get a fourth, another theft. Man, you couldn't stay out of trouble for those 2 years to save your life. And you might have a job, but you don't seem to stay out. Hey, I'm the one talking to you. If you don't want to pay attention, that's absolutely fine. I'll tell you what. I'm going to find you guilty of contempt, and we're going to add some more additional time there for you. The court is going to sentence you to 90 days in jail for contempt because you can't seem to control your attitude. Nope, you're not even going to talk anymore. Your attitude is some young, cocky little guy who just thinks he can do what he wants. I understand you've had some bad things in your life, but it's up to you to whether or not you're going to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I'm sentencing you to the next 365 days of jail. Your attitude is unacceptable.